I believe Tyloo up against Nomads later on tonight. I don't know if that's a potential train angle. I can't really imagine that it will be, given the fact that Tyloo are going through all of their roster shuffles. I imagine they're going to be leaning again towards the likes of the Dust 2, the Ancients as well. And so I think we might be out of luck tonight, but we'll hold that off for a little while as we're ready to go into map 2 here between Underground and Vantage. And to start things off, Vantage, we have a bit of a util set there on Jinxie. So they're going to try and cook something. It's going to be into middle. Flash over the top. That was from Mingovi, in fact, but they haven't spotted too much out with it. Now starting to get the information as to where Omnichella is set up.
Going to be re-aggression into middle. It's going to be a nice re-clear timing from Omnichella that's going to allow them to be comfortable on this site, especially the molly. Now pushing Night Raid into the corner. They have a little bit of a bait set up and a 3-man crossfire. Rotation comes off of a Coots picks up his position towards Red Room, but Vantage can no longer re-explore middle. Instead, they're just going to execute B.
Yeah, Drops leading that charge. This is an important fight as well at the bottom of ramp. That's not going to go the well of Vantage at all. However, Drox is going to be good for at least a couple. It might not be enough to really seal the deal. Honestly, wouldn't mind seeing Vantage just dive through that smoke and try to go toward A here. They've got to know that there's 2 players at the bottom of ramp, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Now, clearing out Omnichella is not necessarily going to be easy, but at the very least, they have been able to go 1 for 1 there. So they will get a plan here. And that is mission 1, or maybe they won't get a plan here. Drox needed to plan safe, and he decided not to. So in the end, Underground are going to win the pistol, and they'll deny the bomb plan as well.
Great start for them, especially with how rough Dust 2 started off. They definitely could benefit from a bit more of a quicker start here. No plant as well, going to deprive Vantage of the chance to go for a force, but it will still be off the back of a multi-frag from Drox, a force nonetheless, with the hero rifle thrown over to Jinx. Would have needed the ace clutch there to close that one out, which, look, for a player of Drox's caliber, could definitely be seen at this level. Is the mid-fight util keeping Vantage at the arm's length for now, but actually Jinx edging the smoke with AK in hand has found that opening pick.
Yeah, you know, maybe a little bit of a lackadaisical kind of peek from Omnichella, not expecting an AK. Then your head gets banged off. You go, oh, well, wasn't expecting that. Do just have the 1 player with the armor, though, that being obviously Jinx, so can't really ferry that AK across to another armored player. So he's going to keep it in his hands and see if he can maybe trade down Jinxie right here, who is going to drop to Raleigh. Trying to bait them in, and they've done a pretty good job of it so far. Jinx gets away with a lot of damage from that AK. About 2.5 kills. You'll definitely take it, though I'm not sure that it's going to be converted into a round necessarily. Super elsewhere somehow has come up with an M4, so there's more problems floating around for Underground.
No armor for him, though. Aim punch is a pretty annoying factor here. He has pushed Coops off the line for now. Mechanical re-aggressing into what's going on. Punished by a clock. Night Raid able to trade that messily. And this round is really hanging by a thread right now.
Bomb's going A.
Moving back across to A. Super's still got the middle of the map cut in half right now, so things are still dicey for Underground.
Oh, they've got to know he's here. Oh, how's he going to get away from here? He's not. He's going to try and fight, and he does pretty well to get himself a 1-for-1. Drox, he doesn't really have too many options here. Night Raid pretty much knows this is going to be A based on the movements there of Super, but Drox has actually been able to sneak out, and he will be able to plant. That has been heard by Night Raid. But either way, this has been a successful round so far for Vantage, and it could get even worse for Underground if somehow Night Raid does not win this duel. Luckily for Underground, he will seal the deal and take it to 2, but bomb plant and 4 guns taken away. You're going to be pretty happy with that as Vantage.
Absolutely. Big damage done to the CT economy, only 1 rifle taken through, so good chance to go for a reset early on here in round number 3 for Vantage. Even Drox, who did drop the AK over and spend all of his money, still able to drop across a Galil. So the buy did not suffer at all for the T side, and they got very significant damage done here. Orp's going to be there for Night Raid, though. And he really needs to make use of that, right? We're down to 3 MP9s. We've got good util, but we've sacrificed a lot of firepower. So a pick on the CT side with the Orb could be huge early on.
Pop flash for himself back out into middle there. Not going to cause too many problems for Vantage. So he'll have to cede control of it, go back through that donut smoke to the relative safety of his position. Meanwhile, Mechanical with a bit of a push down the ramp. Oh, finds timing on Migobi, but will be saved by Drox, who once again has been able to double down. He was a key factor in that first map, as we identified on the stats earlier. It looks like he's going to be a key factor here for the second map as well.
Underground sweating bullets right now, on the verge of having their economy reset. It's getting to the point where you might just be saving as the util comes into B. The A site is pretty much open for business unless Omnichella can go absolutely massive, and he lines up two. But Jinx able to readjust quickly enough, and that'll almost certainly be a save for the CTs.
I don't know if they're going to be allowed to save both these guns. Jinxie definitely having a bit of a look. He spotted both out. He's a little scared of the AWP on this line, so just tentative to peek until his teammates start to work their way in as well. But this is a massive hunt coming through for Vantage, and I don't know that Underground's going to get away with it. They've got all the avenues closed off.
It's not worth it for the T's even, really. If they lose 2 or 3 guns here, it's just as inconvenient for them. It'd be great to take the AWP away, but at the end of the day, this early on in the game, just as good to just play things by the numbers and build up your T-side money. So I don't mind that at all, to be honest, from Vantage. And they put themselves in the game state that they would have desired with that hero AK purchase from Drox. Really made a big dent in the economy, and you see the spoils of their labor here. For Underground, they have been forced to buy up around the AWP MP9, so an even worse buy with worse utility than in the last round. So we're begging for an AWP pick to try to even up the odds here in the early to mid round. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for them to make this one work. And I actually really like this for Vantage, just running a 1-4, little bit of util and one player pressuring towards lane, and they're going to go for an A execute. But there's already numbers here for the CT side and a boost.
Util's going over the top. Rotate maybe a little more tough here for Omnichella, but you got the 2 players on that bomb site that can delay. Nice volley timing. Maybe it went a little bit too deep though, Vantage. They just slide straight past it. Night Raid has to get himself 2. I don't know that that's enough. Super attempts the spray transfer. But the job is more or less done by Vantage anyway, and Jinxie has Night Raid completely locked into Donut. There's nowhere for him to go, and they know exactly where he is. So it's pretty much a dead man walking.
Yeah, Jinxie's done a fantastic job there on the lurk, keeping the rotations honest. He's found 2 kills on lane, and he's keeping Night Raid pegged into Donut. Not much he can do, stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and no one's giving him anything. He'll be lucky to make it out alive with the AWP.
He will not be making it out. Oh, maybe he will be making it out. I don't know how he's hit that. He is going to make it out. He's not going to make it out. There's no way. He's not. He is. He's not. He is. What have I just watched? That was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Some of the most entertaining exit frags you'll see in a while. And he has made it out.
Somehow.
You love it when the homies make it out, you know? Been backing him for a while. Unfortunately, his version of making it out is slowly losing on the CT side of Ancient, because this AWP is not having any impact in the early to mid round. I mean, he got a nice multi-frag on the A side of things, but A site after plant with pistols and MP9s is not going to go well for you. Have got a big stack here, but unfortunately Underground has flipped heads, and Vantage was going tails in this case. Well and truly just walking into a free site, so really question of damage for the Underground boys. We'll see what they can get done. More exit frags that can boost up Night Raid stats. We love that. Could make him our player to watch tomorrow.
Yeah. Wait, is there a tomorrow?
I don't know. Is there, I mean, you got to live like there's no tomorrow, Jordan, you know?
I see. But you're living like there is a tomorrow right now, so I don't know what your point is. I feel like you've kind of cooked that one a bit. There's a next week. We can make him the next week guy. How about that?
He's kind of my today guy, though, you know?
I see. Oh, not getting out this time.
Next week could be anyone. You know, I've got options in that case.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are kind of him now, aren't you? Like, move to Korea, all of a sudden it's looking up.
Yeah, it's gone all right. It's gone all right. You know, I was just eating some dak galbi, having a drink.
Yep.
Just strolled over,
Dak galbi.
load up the ECL.
Hmm.
See how long it takes to get a noise complaint to my Airbnb.
Drinking on business. That is unprofessional.
Drinking water.
You're on a business trip. You understand that?
Or Monster.
All right, fair enough. Super gets himself one entry, but no more than that. The flashes seemed to be a little bit of a problem for him.
Yeah. Hard to shoot when you can't see. Happens to the best of us. Contact up B here, off angle from Raleigh was good, but unfortunately Drox was a little better.
Well, bomb plan's going to go down, so even when it ain't going perfect, it's still going well for Vantage. And the molly, to stop any attempt at a retake through from Cave, is going to force them into Mingovi, and the flash was great. So he's down. Back to 3 on 2. Jinxie can't draw the numbers back at all. The time's starting to tick. Vantage with that advantage at least. Here comes the push though. Up ramp. Jinxie can't quite get both. It's onto Jinx solo. And Mechanical will find him, but the spray down is so good. He's the 1 HP wonder. Vantage 4 and 2. They win another.
Winning all the clutches. It's how they got across the line on Dust 2, and they're continuing to be delivered here on Ancient, and we're back to regular scheduled first half programming, aren't we, Jordan? After losing that pistol, all the damage done, instant reset on the CT money, and we're away we go on the T side. Vantage is back, just dominating.
Yeah, money's broken. They do have Deagles. Deagle's good.
Can be, can be.
Spaghetti.
Maybe not this time. 5-7?
Maybe not.
5-7 good?
Whoa.
Oh, I don't think anyone's good there. Maybe Drox is keen for another Eco 4K. He's been kind of farming the anti-Eco kills this game.
Yeah, Jinx going to have a bit of a look here into Cave as well, and it's pretty well done so far from Vantage. Losing a bit of HP here and there, but not really looking like they're going to have too many troubles. Drox is just bouncing around with his knife out. He was like 20 HP. Madness. 5 and 2 though. All's well that ends well.
Yeah, it's really up to Underground to once again step up. Like, you know, Vantage is throwing it down right now. All's back out for Night Raid. We've got a little bit of utility on the CT side this time around. So we can control middle, we can pressure over towards lane, do all the good things. Maybe do a B ramp take, Jordan. What do you think of that, buddy?
I think that'd be great.
They're not going to do it, though. They don't think that'll be great. Going to put out the molly. Maybe
That's
kick
huge.
off a B execute. Change up the pace, buddy.
Oh, it's a fast B execute. Look at all that util flying over onto the B bomb site. In fact, there's not a whole lot of it, actually. It was just a lot of flashes, really. And no smoke on short is going to be a bit of a problem. Long side as well. Jinx able to double down, but that's about it. Mingovi. Oh, he's got 2 as well. And the other guy's over on A. So
That
he
was
can
such a-
plant.
It's such a good B flood, and then I don't even know where it all fell apart. Just feels like any player on Vantage can come up with a couple of kills. No kit for Night Raid, but the plant hasn't gone down. Mingovi feels like he's got someone flooding over like the rest of the team was, but Night Raid's been taking his time. He was on A duty, just playing retake. So Mingovi, he's going to try and big brain this one. He's going to slow it down, work his way back towards shelf, back towards middle, clear out
he
mid,
played
maybe
himself.
find a timing, or into cave. Man,
Show us his gun.
these new inspect animations are kind of crazy. What is that? What is that sticker, Jordan? Help.
I can't read it. I'm trying to read it, but the gun keeps moving. I think it's Blitz. I think it's an IHC Blitz sticker.
Oh, respect. Man knows this game. Hello.
Has he been
See you later.
seen that? He's going to get a plant. Nade's going to hurt. But it's also going to give away Night Raid's position. So all it takes is one headshot here from Mingovi, but he doesn't get to shoot. Anticlimax.
Good old left
Let's
eye,
can't
right
save you
eye.
here, buddy.
There you go, Night Raid. He hit a shot that won a round rather than getting some exits. And that's huge. But look, nice teabagging and everything, but at the end of the day, the biggest teabag has been done to the CT economy, really, hasn't it? Because they are pretty brokies. Vantage have got tons of cash. They're just going to keep buying. Porous players got 2.3k, so another buy round's coming in straight after this one, especially if they get a bomb plan. So Underground is just resettable. They're doing that classic CT dance. One round away from being broke.
Well, run it back into middle. Underground going to get that for free. Vantage a little bit more interested in lane this time around. Nade opened the smoke towards Cheetah. Gives Drox a little bit of a look in there, but not enough to actually spot Mechanical. However, they have a sneaking suspicion there might be somebody nearby.
Molly into cave, trying to keep him locked in. He doesn't drop another smoke onto the entrance. Does just to try and keep himself alive. The timing on it was not great, but he's still at least been able to get one out of that pretty sticky situation. And Riley just dry pushes back in. What a madman. Just retakes that control.
Around middle and on the A side of the map, though, as on the spot super out. A side starting to get a little bit worried. Super, assisted by the flash, will take the fight to Omni, and this guy just don't miss.
He doesn't. He's been warming up a little. Plant goes in. Man advantage for Vantage. Underground a little out of position, to be perfectly honest with you. And those flashes over the top are fancy, but they don't set anyone up to actually take a peek.
Ovi waiting unnecessarily because Super has got it all locked down. Eventually that swing's going to have to come through. A little bit messy now from Vantage as the smoke in the donut will potentially cause some problems for Drox. Defuse is on, but cancelled. And Raleigh, he's not going to be able to get there in time. He has no defuse kit, and it's another round lost for Underground.
He had no money, Jordan. Don't be hard on the young man. No money. So he did his best. Good retake attempt. Unfortunately, Underground is broke again. Gonna try to scrape together whatever they can. I don't know if they're gonna have money for an orb unless Night Ray wants to glass cannon this round. Buy coming through for Vantage once again. Not lacking anything. They had enough of a windfall previously to recover from any guns lost. There's a mid-contest. Flashes up through. Smoke's been blown open. Omichella's kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. In towards Cubby, being backed up a little bit by Donut, but there's not really much you can do with the MP9 there.
Night Raid. Little freebie for him. Shelf dirty. Coops taking the fight. Mid is absolutely cooked there for Vantage. Needed a little bit more presence on lane perhaps, but Jinx is able to at least peg one back. Now we'll see if Jinxie can activate, but he's going to check the wrong angle and will be put to bed. Good night.
Yeah, Jinx gonna take a nap as well. Smoke being refreshed bottom middle, not too much he could do. Bomb dropped in the open. And the 3 CTs well and truly set up around it. Coops is pretty low. Gonna wrap back around towards lane side, see if he can catch Raleigh off, who I think is not visible to him. I think he's playing that little cheeky angle behind the cheetah entrance there. Yeah. So he's tucked nice and safe.
Still could get one, maybe two. Easy one onto Coops, but no more than that. So fair enough.
That's some pretty sharp
Well,
shooting
that's
from
exactly
Coops
the
on
way
the MP9 in that round, man. A lot of dinkage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one a bit more back and forth, a little closer than Dust 2 was.
Yeah. Little hero AK buyout here for Vantage, though, could spell some trouble. Another round right now. 2.4k loss bonus for Underground. If Vantage were to able to pick this round up, then we might actually be lining up for an 8-4 still.
Yeah. We want to make sure we've got enough guns coming into this next round, though. And Jinxie's looking to make sure that that doesn't happen. Progression smoke to the top side of B ramp. Jump spot might have seen the T there. Riley and Mechanical need to respond to this dry pressure. It's actually just Jinxie peering over the top of the prog smoke.
Well, Mechanical getting away with some shenanigans. The MP9, bit of mobility there for him, back and forth, doing some dirty work, and Night Raid's hit a shot with the AWP as well. So whatever Vantage was trying to achieve in this round seems to be wishful thinking.
3 on 5. Any guns that they could take away before the last round would take a little bit of CT utility away, or maybe a rifle or two. They can get it. Drox has picked up the AK, a little bit of chip damage with the Deke. Now the lane peak being considered by Drox, but instead going to wrap back towards cave side. Look, if they can hit a shot or two on B and try to get into an after plan, it's still doable, realistically. Especially with Drox coming up ramp side now.
Have to hit an absolute banger of a shot to get this entry. And won't be able to. So Mechanical going to deny any chance into the round for Super. And that's exactly what Underground was looking for. They can definitely fight for the 6-6 now.
Absolutely. Even upgrade that MP9 to something a little bit better. Max util. They'll be happy with that. Vantage are actually the ones missing a couple of key grenades, which Ancient T side is going to be actually pretty annoying. I wouldn't be... I'm pretty surprised they're not going down to an extra Galil or so, get an extra set of util, because they can't really trade util down on shelf or maybe go for a mid retake, or they won't really have much left over for the mid to late round. I think Drox is the one who's actually opted to go down to the Galil a little bit later. And they will run a little bit more of a prolonged round. They've had to invest a lot of mollies and flashes just to be able to try to get Drox up into cave. And he has made it there. Now that he has 4 smokes and a flash to get through the mid to late round, and they're still spread around the map, so would really like to just see Vantage regroup and try to keep things simple here.
Right now, they're just going to wait for a push. That may further incentivize Vantage to stay waiting. You know, a deep smoke like that, you might think, okay, there's a push coming down the ramp potentially, and they will be correct in that assumption. It is Jinxie with the bomb watching that angle. This could get pretty awkward pretty quickly. They line up for him, but he's only able to get one. In fact, he didn't. He got an assist instead. It was a team kill. Either way, bomb's been spotted. 1 for 1. Vantage aren't necessarily going to be too mad about that.
Yeah, Vantage regrouping, trying to keep things simple. There's a double aggression. Wanting to crossfire over cave side. I'm not sure if the barrel was spotted out or not, but this could really cut the push in half if the CTs are successful here.
Yeah, don't like this for Vantage. This is a tough one to break. Nigh impossible, really. Super going to have a crack of his own. Now it's down to the ramp players to hit some pretty nasty entries. Night Raid, he is tagged down low. Getting this bomb plant is the first piece of the puzzle, but now you have to actually start to be aware of this ramp rotation, which they are. Nice kill from Jinx. It's back to 2 on 2 with Night Raid low. This is doable. Mingovi gets the trade, but luckily Omichella is there to save the day for Underground, and they will get themselves all the way up to that 6th. So, as you've said, a little bit of a tighter map here on Ancient as we end the first half at an even scoreline.
Keep rising from the bottom, cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems, I know it's gonna be alright, it's getting better every time. Gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems, 'cause I got no problems, 'cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it, no problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it, no problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems.
So second half, 6-6 the scoreline. Things looking a little bit more interesting than they were on Dust 2 at this point in the game. But I feel like the second half of Dust 2 is going to be hard to beat.
Oh, for sure. Really could go either way as far as I'm concerned. Both of these teams have been super streaky tonight. Underground with a very quick B play into 4 players could go wrong.
Yeah, Mechanical cleaning up for some entry frags, and he's not going to get the chance. Super is doing super things. They'll be helped out by Drox and Mingovi. That ramp play just a bit too one-dimensional, and Vantage says, no, thank you very much. We've got the aim to deal with that, and the stack to do so as well.
Yeah, Molly missing Pillar as well. Don't think really would have changed much, but still might be the 3rd or the 4th Molly we've seen miss today. So Underground not with the start that they would have wanted. I feel like Vantage had a pretty good read on what they were going to do. Not sure if that's a pistol they've used in previous Ancient games or something. But ends up working out beautifully for Vantage. Looks like Underground just going to try to go for a bit of a Hail Mary. Ooh, HE might catch a couple of players. How much farming can Mingovi do on the MP9? He's done pretty well there. Only 1 player surviving, so no bomb plant for Underground. And Vantage 4 alive with only an MP9 lost heading into the bonus here for themselves. They're going to be very happy.
You'll definitely be taking that one. Bonus round indeed. So kind of a must-win for Underground, the way things are looking. Don't want to be letting Vantage get any further advantages starting the second half off on the CT side. It'll be a lot of util usage from Vantage to start this round and prevent Underground from making their way out middle. They're going to go for the late mid-tape. Super there waiting through the flash. He gets a lot of damage done, and Jinx will clean up where he left off. Just about gets out alive there as well, which is a nice result for Vantage so far.
See if they can keep it converted. Mechanical says no, but Aggression through Red Room does trade that kill at least. Bomb is still in no man's land right now, and this play is very split between Underground. Riley hasn't really got a chance to get involved in the round. He's actually going to fall back and go for the bomb. I think Drux might be able to hear those footsteps. Night Raid as well, waiting for more aggression from the CT side inside of Temple here.
Nice setup though, and they get the 1-for-1. Drox is going to be aware of that push and he'll win the round. It's the bonus round converted for Vantage. They get the upgrades for the MP9s into AKs. And they are loving life on this CT side.
Looking like it may be another dub tonight for Vantage, which in the grand scheme of things, I mean, we talked about this round robin format before. These kind of games where you're versing a beatable opponent rather than like a top team are the games that you need to lock down and try to 2-0 for yourself, give yourself a much better chance to go into the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, again, but it's not just about the playoffs either, Pilski. Again, remember, it's about the VRS points too. And Drox has cleaned up nicely. If you're a Vantage right here, especially considering Vantage is a new roster, so I imagine that they don't have any VRS points right now. You're going to be wanting to start nicely and get that ball rolling as soon as you possibly can.
For sure. Underground, on the other hand, have got to kind of go back to, we need to get started on this map on the T side because there just has not been much of anything from them just yet. First gun round is where they need to start getting involved in the game, but they've got to work their way through a pretty massive CT economy at this point. Going to start off with 1-4, contesting shelf. Oceania left behind. Progression Molotov trying to flush Drox out of cave, and it has done successfully. Or Cheetah, rather. But he seems like he's sticking around. Underarm flash from Jinxie. And a smoke to ramp as the pressure is coming out from underground. Will be minimized for now, as Mechanical cops a dink.
Drox, oh, he's playing a dangerous game right here. Wasn't aware that Riley was so close, but we'll get out alive. Underground working hard to survive in this round, but they are surviving so far.
Things really slowing down in the mid-round. Underground retake that mid-control. They haven't seen the AWP yet. And that's been posted on this donut info line for a long, long time now. Ooh. And it's going to be worth its weight in gold.
Shadow.
Nice opening pick for Vantage. Only 50 seconds to complete a mid-A. And they haven't even got control of that A flank yet. Nice little boost up over the top as well. Jinx may be unchecked in a position like this as time dwindles low.
Mingovi setting himself up on yet another line. And think he should be getting one here. We'll just miss that one, but has a chance for another. There's going to be a push out on either side. And Jinx deals with the main push very nicely. It's just Coops now. 25 seconds left. He's spotted out that player in CT spawn. Jinx is not giving him anything. He knows this is all about the time for Coops. And with that rotation coming through from Donut, there is no chance at a bomb plant, no chance at a round, and maybe not much of a chance for the half here for Underground now.
Yeah, really running out of steam. No bomb plant is really going to limit what grenades they can bring into this next round, unless they want to go down to Galil's, and even then it'll be somewhat limited, so going to be harder to run those T-side protocols. And if you half buy, you're conceding map point. So, look, they're going to go for the devil they know. Half buy to try to give themselves an outside shot at winning the round, doing some damage to the CT economy and playing the long game, but that's going to require 6 in a row just to steal OT. Unless they can pull off a bit of an upset with an A execute. And look, realistically, with this mid-take, they could isolate Mechanical, but if Underground could get into some deep positions on an A after plant, maybe even catch his Donut player off, it could still be doable.
Decent start for Underground. He'll take it. Super under a bit of pressure here. Players pushing him through the incent.
Nice.
And he can only grab one. That said, rotation's now starting to come through from Vantage, and it is looking a little bit better. They got the util to block off Donut. They do. They've got a smoke and a flash, so could just be smoke up Donut, sit that defuse. Waiting perhaps for Drox to make a bit of a move here in middle. That smoke, though, is really causing problems. And Mingovi, tied on the line, is going to lose a lot of his HP to Night Raid. This really is starting to get messy for Vantage, but Drox's timing is key. It's critical. He gets himself a freebie, but I don't know if they're going to get the defuse right here. Mingovi has the trade, but he doesn't have a kit.
No kit.
No time for the defuse. He's probably dead as well.
Nice.
It's gone wrong for Vantage.
Exactly what Underground needed. Only on the half-play, giving themselves an outside shot at winning a round, taking all of the guns away from the CTs. Avoiding that map point without reducing their chance of putting a buy together in the next. That's really nicely done. It's a bit of a lifeline into this series as as it goes, 2 best of 1s, but makes Ancient now very winnable. It's bankrupted the CTs. They've only got 1900 loss bonus, so this could be a huge swing round to make this game very winnable for Underground.
Super. Nice start. Gets mechanical. And not quite aware of the possibility of that boost over the top. So we'll end up losing his life and giving up the numbers. Riley as well. Out on the shelf. A little unexpected. There's another potential unexpected push happening right here, and that is Drox back onto lane. Nightmare's waiting for it, but wasn't really 100% ready. I think he might have been watching the other side. Omichella will get the trade for that, but he himself, potential to get traded down there. Jinxie spotted him out. I think he's aware, though.
Yeah, bomb was dropped behind the crates there, so Jinxie is trying to hang around, make them pay for it. Does a lot of damage to Coops. Good pick from Mingovi, but now they know where he is in this 2-on-1. He's going to pick himself up a rifle. That makes this a lot more winnable. He's copped a bit of a nade there, so down to 60. As the plant goes down nice and open, Coops and Greg King just going to slink in towards that backside. Play together. Mingovi nading ramp. He's just going to save the ult.
Yeah. I think if that nade would have got something, he might have been keen to go for it, but
he has no kit as well. Unless there was one dropped in middle, then yeah, that's going to make it very difficult to win that clutch, especially with the open plant. So instead, he's just going to post up ramp side and see if he can catch any exits here. But another great round from Underground. Another really good reply after not a great start. You know, they lost that pick in middle. Nice little tower boost over the top. Trades the kill back, and then they creep through the shelf smoke. Gives them 4-on-3 from what was a 5-on-4 initially. Or 4-on-5 rather. They pegged 2 kills back really nicely. So showing some really good resilience right now, Underground. Not only on the half-by round, but also in that gun round, which didn't start the way they would have wanted. And now what do for the CT side? Because the money is a bit all over the place. They saved it all, but 3 of them are broke. So this is that reset round that Underground was looking for, right? This game is very winnable for them now.
See what Mingovi has to say about that. Bit of a push out A main here. Night Raid somewhat keeping an eye on things, but Deagles, once they get into this kind of range, can definitely get the work done. Drox has now been spotted. I don't think he saw Night Raid somehow. So that'll be the Deagle gone. Mingovi, however, is set up close, and that was the unexpected player that was able to make the difference. Bomb dropped for a second. It'll be pretty retrievable, you'd think, for Underground, but they will lose a player for their trouble. Mingovi goes for the swing again. He kind of had to. Now it's Jinxie's turn, and he'll drop 2. So Underground making it close once more.
So Buy going to be coming together now for Vantage. Underground slowly but surely working their way into this game. Another chance at a CT reset with only 2.9 loss bonus. Unless they save a couple of rifles over, but even then that would be pretty big util disadvantage to be going for. Deep smoke down towards ramp. The Vantage go for some aggression on that ramp control. They're going to shut the T's out of middle, or at least attempt to. And as Underground trying to break through those smokes without good enough flash timing over the top, they're made to pay for it. Drox does go down though, in towards Cheetah. Says it was a spam kill through the smoke. That's great spam damage from Jinx there. So definitely a lot of back and forth in middle this round, and still a couple of timings in the mid round that could go either which way.
Riley going to be patient. Maybe rewarded for his patience. We'll see what Super ends up doing here, but it does look like he wants to re-aggress in the middle alongside Jinx. And that's exactly what he was waiting for. A site should be pretty straightforward to take now for Underground. So even though the numbers have been brought back to even, you'll consider that a win overall for the T side.
Yeah, site secured. But without the plant on a decent timing, gives a lot of this time for the CTs to re-aggress, reposition. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out well for them, and it's looking like it's once again safe territory for Mingovi, who does not have a kit. And Underground putting the pieces together again in a 3-on-3. Really, really good stuff. Especially getting the better end of the timings in middle. Able to read the mid-round nicely, get themselves a nice open A site for free. And like I said, this will be another round where Vantage has only got 2.9k around an orb, so it's probably just going to be pistols and armor around the AWP, and Underground will have an easier chance at trying to even this up 11-11. I mean, it's a nice exit, but with the state of the T-side economy, they just don't really care about losing that gun right now.
Orb in hand here for Mingovi once again. Gonna have to come up with the goods, but it's starting to look pretty grim for Vantage. And Mingovi's on the wrong side of the map to make an impact, so Super gonna have a crack with the deagle, and he's also importantly gonna get the information. But no killing blow. Still keeps this quite safely in the hands of Underground at the moment.
Yeah, with Underground slowing things down, though, it's giving a lot of time for Vantage to actually stack over to the correct site. Orbs rotated into Donut could be a pretty huge problem for the T's. They're going to contest Red Room, though, into the 5-7 of Jinxie. So there's little snags they can slip up on either which way.
Ooh, this is one of those snags, and it's just not quite going to come through for Jinxie. Needed the headshot there with that 5-7. Not going to get it, but 3 players stacked over towards A. And Omichella is going to go down to Mingovi, but that is not enough just yet for Vantage to feel safe. In fact, for Underground, it'll probably be enough to say, okay, this is our round.
So 11 apiece. Don't even know if they'll be able to bring the orb through in this case. Just playing for exits. Where's Night Raider? I mean, he's over towards Donut, probably just going to exit in CT spawn. Coops is really the only player they could catch on the exit, but even he's exiting towards T spawn, so doesn't look like Vantage hanging around will be able to even find themselves any AKs at the end of that one. Just for the one-shot potential, not even for the buy in the next round. Big comeback from Underground
11-11.
here.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be so painful if the same thing happened where they get so close and then Vantage just kind of like takes it at the 11th hour? It's very much a possibility once again here on Ancient. If Vantage just win this round, you know, we could have 2 very close maps, but both of them going the way of Vantage.
Sure. Mid control taken by the CTs. T's just a light contest, but not feeling confident enough to pull the trigger. Taking a lot more of a slower approach into this early round, letting the CTs burn through a lot of their util before they decide what to do. There's the mid take. Smoke to Red Room, Molly into Cubby, flashes up over the top. Mingovi blowing open the smoke, looking for a pick, and he's going to find it too. Really, really well worked.
Yeah, Drox waiting patiently here in Cave, but this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Underground, I do wonder.
Nice timing on the smoke. Crossfire inside of Cave. This is going bad to worse.
Flash. Would be not quite enough, and this is definitely falling apart for Underground. Surely not again, not like this. It's painful. I mean, the silver lining is they do have enough money to buy into this next round and fight for it, but a 13-11 would be a heartbreaker for Underground.
Yeah. I mean, that round wasn't even close. Great early pick from Ingovi and a perfect setup. Really well timed utility on that B site. Couldn't have done it better. I feel like Underground have had a lot more success and gotten into a lot more afterplants towards A. So it's a bit curious to me that they're leaning back towards the less successful side of the map as the game has gotten much closer. Once again, big contest on shelf. Lots of CT utility aggression down the bottom side. And the first pick's going to go the way of Vantage again here.
Oh, Drox. Better mechanical, and this is just falling into place for Vantage. Underground, you've got to be feeling so bad right now, but that is it. 13-11. Vantage are going to toot to him once again. Another attempt at a comeback, but it is not going to be enough tonight for Underground, as Vantage will take both the best of ones, essentially taking that 2-0 and starting their campaign here in ESL Challenger League